Guys, it's Skybird here, and I think I've been sitting here for about an hour trying to record a 5-minute video. So I'm just going to make this one quick. If I make some mistakes, I apologize. But I wanted to go ahead and say that I cast 4 masks today, and I'm really disappointed with the results because it did something very weird. Yesterday, I pulled a mask out of the pressure pot, and it was just a single mask that I had cast in Lego's dark turquoise color. Not this one right here, but it was another RAW. And the reason I cast it was because this is a perfect match for Lego's dark turquoise. However, it is just slightly translucent, so you can see the backlighting come through here. And I wanted to fix that translucency, so I decided to add even more pigment, mixed up the exact same color in terms of the actual batch from it, itself, and pulled the mask out yesterday morning to see that it was a perfect match yet again for Lego's dark turquoise, and it was very crisp and clean. It was not as translucent. However, I realized that as the day went on, the mask continued to gradually get darker and darker until by the end of the night, it was several shades darker than this, and that's a really strange phenomena, which tells me that I imagine the amount of pigment, there's some kind of threshold that I can't cross where it starts leaching something either out of the resin or out of the silicone. It's hard to say, and it's something I'll do tests with in the future. So the reason I say this one is disappointing is because I ran tests yesterday with a baseline dark blue, so straight out of the bottle in resin, no other colors mixed in, just dark blue, and it's really close already to Lego's dark blue. The only thing it doesn't have is kind of the undertone of like cyan colors that a lot of classic Lego dark blue pieces have, and I wanted to get that in here. So I decided with yesterday's cast to go ahead and mix up that dark blue with a kind of like seafoam teal color to get something in between. However, the masks that came out are actually darker than the dark blue that I started with to begin with, which should not happen normally unless there's something going on at a chemical level. So this is not just dark blue. Even though I added more pigment here as well, this one still came out pretty translucent, and it's not translucent blue, it's translucent purple. Now this does not show up super well on camera, but when I look at it, it's not just a purple either. It's not a bluish purple. It's a vividly reddish purple. I mixed no red colors of any kind into here. Now, I can't speak to the brand of paint and what colors they add into their pigments, so I don't know specifically what would cause that, but the reddish hue is really something that's getting me. So I think I'm just going to step back because I was obviously getting it more closely correct previously and try either some other brands of paint or mixing at different ratios or trying to control for other variables. That said, I also went ahead and ordered some new silicone today, not because I am out of this, I still have about a half a bottle in fact, but because this just reacts with basically everything I have tried. No matter the type of clay, sulfur-free, silicone-friendly, oil-based clays, anything like that that I have used, this still reacts with it. It will cure just fine, but any surface that touches the clay leaves a tacky surface and it is impossible to get rid of. Nothing I have found will get rid of that, and it's just a little bit unfortunate, and it doesn't cause any issues with the mold. It's just kind of cumbersome to mess with. On top of that, the silicone that I'm getting is actually a translucent clear rather than this color, and you can kind of see why. I like to be able to actually see what I'm casting in here, and if I'm casting a color like dark turquoise, it's nearly impossible to tell the difference between it and this silicone here. So when I'm trying to look for bubbles, especially in these thinner, smaller molds, it's almost impossible to do so. So the clear silicone should help. It has very similar properties it advertises, so it's a similar hardness. It's a Shore 10A, whereas this silicone is a Shore 6 to 8A, it says. Who knows what the difference is there or how accurate that is, but I can't imagine I'm going to be able to feel much of a difference between those two. The working time is the same at 40 minutes. The cure time says it's 2 to 4 hours, which is very similar. This says 3 to 5, though I can usually pull it out earlier than that. So we're just going to kind of play around with it and see what we get. That should be here tomorrow, and that's basically it for the video. I did want to go ahead and shout out my Patreon if you guys would like to support what I do here when it comes to casting, buying silicone, you know, taking a look at different bootleg products and stuff like that, as well as reviews as well. You can, of course, check that out in the description below, along with my Discord and Instagram. For Patreon members, there will be an exclusive channel in the Discord server for them. Also, I will try to be producing, I will be producing more exclusive content, exclusive videos and things for Patreon members as well, which will be found at the moment, at least on Discord, and then elsewhere in the future. So that's pretty much it for the video. Make sure to like and subscribe and check out those links in the description below. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.